Hey, you ever wonder what dinosaurs sounded like? I'm a paleontologist and I've been studying dinosaur sounds for a long time. And even though we're still learning, scientists are starting to figure out what these amazing creatures might have sounded like. Many people think that dinosaurs roared like this, just like they do in the movies. But I don't think that's true. In fact, recent research suggests that most dinosaurs probably made low rumbles and other really soft noises, kind of like birds cooing. Only a few dinosaurs might have roared, but they probably didn't sound like movie roars either. Okay, so where do we get this idea that dinosaurs roared like lions? Well, they thought that dinosaurs must have looked and sounded like living reptiles, like crocodiles and alligators. So they gave them sounds like lizards, snakes, and turtles. And this idea stuck around until the 1930s when Disney came along. In the 1930s, Disney released a movie called Fantasia, which featured a segment with dinosaurs. In this version, the dinosaurs roared just like big cats roar. And this idea took off. People started thinking that all dinosaurs must have sounded like big cats. But there is one huge problem with this idea. Dinosaurs and living reptiles evolved along completely separate branches on the tree of life over 200 million years ago. So even though early paleontologists thought that dinosaurs were just really big lizards, we now know that's not true. Dinosaurs are actually more closely related to birds than they are to alligators or crocodiles. And birds definitely don't roar. So it's unlikely that dinosaurs did either. So where did roaring dinosaurs come from if it's not based on their relatives? Well, it's probably based on imagination. For example, in the 1980s, a paleontologist named John Ostrom was studying a relative of Ankylosaurus called Boreopelta magmus. This dinosaur lived in what is now Western North America during the late Cretaceous. It was about 5 meters long and weighed about 500 kilos. When Ostrom was studying this dinosaur, he thought it looked kind of lizardy, so he decided that it probably had a sharp, high-pitched bark, kind of like a coyote. But as time went on and more fossils were found, scientists realized that Boreopelta wasn't a lizard at all. It was actually more closely related to bird-like dinosaurs called orniths. And ornithischians definitely didn't sound like coyotes. Now, ornithischians also included plant-eating dinosaurs like Maiasaura and Triceratops. And we have no evidence that any of these dinosaurs roared, but this doesn't mean that all ornithischians were quiet. Some of them were probably pretty noisy. Small dinosaurs like Maiasaura were active during the day and probably chattered and sang to each other while they foraged for food. And like modern birds, some dinosaurs may have even whistled to attract their mates. And what about the really big dinosaurs, like the 12-meter-long, 6,000-kilogram Tyrannosaurus Rex? Because T-Rex was a predator, it probably made lower sounds that would be really hard for us to hear anyway. Even if it did roar, it probably sounded more like a freight train than a lion. Some scientists even think that baby dinosaurs might have made noises to call their parents, just like baby birds do today. If this is true, then maybe dinosaurs weren't as scary as we think. Maybe they were just really loud and very, very different from us. So the next time you watch a movie with roaring dinosaurs, remember that real dinosaurs probably sounded very different. They might have been loud, but they probably didn't sound like lions or anything else you can imagine. That S, because dinosaurs lived a long time ago and the only evidence we have of their sounds is preserved in their bones. So scientists, like me, have to use our imaginations to figure out what they might have sounded like. And my imagination tells me that dinosaurs probably didn't roar. But that's just my opinion. What do you think dinosaurs sounded like? Tell me in the comments below. This is a science show video, and thanks to a University Museum of Zoology for supporting this series. The museum works to connect people with the natural world by showcasing amazing animals from around the world and throughout time. And you can support us by becoming a member at our website.